Columbia Heights is filled with people of all colors, squeezing and bumping up against each other like a big bag of trail mix. There's Mommy and I in the garden. My friend Seo Lee and her extended family live on top of the Chinese takeout shop across the street. Anya Romanov, before she was running away from lunatic hobos, was running away from poverty in Russia. My other friend, Silva Sagrario, immigrated from Mexico. His parents are the ones who had that racist sign demolished. They're very heroic like that. There are also Italians and Africans and lots of people who have thick accents and even thicker blood. Mommy once joked that Columbia Heights was just like the United Nations. That is, if the Security Council took place in the coin laundromat, and instead of nukes, people hurled insults in broken English. But other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. From the subway, you can see the skyline of the Heights go by in a blur of crumbling brick and tar. I sometimes think about the colors I'd use to paint it. Immigrant, brown, ash, black, hints of blue smeared like shaving cream to form a boundless sky. I'd use a painting knife to capture the gardens. Rough, even strokes, promising escape from the inner cities, even if we hadn't quite made it to the suburbs. After all, Columbia Heights is a neighborhood that lives best in art. Entangled, senseless sketches that manage to transform the rustling clotheslines, snarled alleyways, and sagging bodegas into something resembling the American dream. I think it's the pinpricks of light from the subway tracks that first inspired me to paint. I wanted to capture all of that enigma, tuck it into a canvas, and save it for the future. Juno Zale once told me that there are some things that can't be saved. The jury's still out on that one. But it turns out that all of Columbia Heights can't be painted in submission. I tried for a while. When I was 13, Mommy saved up enough for me to take an art lesson in the city. The studio was only 4 miles from home, but it might have belonged in a different universe. Its creative philosophy was that art existed to take life by the balls, to reduce the greatest cities into lines and shapes and raise them up once more in ink. My teacher was a Bohemian woman, but her license plate was from Vermont. Find your home, she told me, so I tried. I tried to sketch the scent of Mommy's rasa mixed with gasoline. I tried to paint winter snow trodden with footprints of fathers who worked the night shift. I tried to shade lemon yellow shoes and suns, but try as I might, I couldn't find my home. The paint sneered at me. Poor brown girl plays artist, they whispered. Your home is not here. Still, the Bohemian art teacher took a liking to me. She offered to drive me home in her car with the Vermont license plates. She let the breeze kiss our hair and we sang to the radio, but when the car pulled into Columbia Heights, she rolled up the windows and locked the doors. She hunched up her shoulders and stared straight ahead. What a dump, she said. They should tear that hovel down. I followed her gaze to see a tall brown apartment with yellow windows. Through the lowest window, I could see Mommy. She was waving at me. I pretended not to see her. The Bohemian art teacher smiled at me. How much farther do you live, Maya? She said. Take a right, I said, smiling back. She took a right, then another right, then another, and she dropped me off in front of the house that I pointed to, which was shiny and blue and also 9 blocks away from my actual house. I walked the 9 blocks back, and when I finally reached the garden, I felt like I finally had found my home, but maybe not the way my bohemian art teacher would have wanted me to.